part, that is conversion part, is done. So either from analog to digital or digital to analog, whatever the method we have discussed. So that part is over. Now once the signal is ready, okay, so how this signal is transmitted through the network, okay, using the intermediate network element. Okay, so how exactly the packet, the information is going to transmit? It is not like your devices are not directly connected. Okay, from one net, my laptop is not directly connected to your system. Okay, in between there are so many devices connected. Okay, so how exactly each of these device, and also there is no single path. Okay, so whenever if device, this is sender and this is receiver. Okay, so always, so there is no like a dedicated path, or what can I tell, there is no single link. You can have multiple paths through which it can reach the destination. Okay, so there will be multiple paths to reach the destination. So now the device switch, that is going to take care, so which route should take, the optimal route to reach the destination. Okay, so how this switching works, what are the advantages, we'll just go through in detail. So here a network is it, am I audible? No? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. So here a network is set of connected devices. Okay, so devices means it is not only the end devices. In between you will be having the intermediate devices, or the nodes that are connecting the source and destination. So here it consists of set of switches connected by a physical link. Okay, so here when the devices sender and receiver should be connected, so it requires the switches. Okay, here I am not talking about the routers, I am talking about the switches. Okay, so this is just a small notation of representation of the switch. So whenever we have multiple devices, we have problem of how to connect them to make one-to-one communication. Okay, so multiple devices through which you should be able to connect the end devices. So in that case, how it can be done? So the solution for this, okay, the solution for this problem is go for switching. Okay, so using switching, we can connect multiple devices to make possible, this is very important, okay, to make possible one-to-one communication. Okay, if I call someone, okay, so consider Bhuvan. If I call Bhuvan, I should connect to his number only. Okay, it's not somebody else. I should have one-to-one communication. So like that. So switching is going to provide the one-to-one communication. Okay, so this switching mainly used in, okay, let me just come to the real-time example later. So here a switch network consists of series of interlinked nodes called as switches. Okay, so the devices are located at far away. Okay, so those are not directly connected. So those devices are connected with the help of interlinked nodes. Okay, interlinked nodes. So here I told it can be a router, but here we are discussing with respect to switching. So it is the devices are connected using switches. Okay, so switches are used to connect the devices. So switches are devices capable of creating temporary connection between two or more devices. Okay, so these switches, what it is going to do is, if you want to send data from sender to receiver, okay, sender to a receiver, it is going to establish a connection. Through switch you can establish a connection between sender and receiver, and the switch is responsible for transmission of data from source to a destination. Okay, whatever the data received from the sender, so it will just check what is the address, accordingly it will send the data to the receiver. Okay, so what is the process used, how exactly the connection is established, it depends on the type of switching we are going to use. Okay, so shortly we'll discuss the different types. So in switch network, some nodes are connected to the end system. Okay, so end system means like the devices, the actual devices want to communicate. Okay, so my laptop is connected to internet, so that is the end device. Okay, so which are the intermediate nodes it is connected, I don't know. Okay, and ultimately it reaches to the receiver. So you people are the receivers. Okay, your system or your mobile phone is the receiver. So that is also an end system. Okay, it can be a PC or it can be a terminal. So some nodes are used only for routing. Okay, so some nodes, that is in the network I told. So if it is a complex network, so there are some interlinked nodes. Okay, so these are responsible for just forwarding the messages. Okay, so sending the data whatever it comes from the end devices. Okay, that is called as routing. You can just observe the diagram. So here I have how many devices? A, B, C, D. Okay, so till F we have set of devices, and all these devices are connected through switches. Okay, so here you can just see the notation used for switch. Okay, so in the network, okay, so in the network for each device we have a set different notation. Based on notation you will be able to identify it is a switch or is it a router, all that. Okay, so now how many switches are there here? So there are 1 2 3 4 5 switches. Okay, 5 switches are there. So each switch is connected to multiple link. You can just observe. So if I consider this is a switch and it is connected with multiple link. So this switch is connected to switch 4 1, and also it is connected with the device I H. Okay, so like this you can connect a number of devices with the help of the switches. So now what is the functionality of this switch? Okay, consider now we'll take a problem of, so now device A want to, okay, so device A want to communicate with device F. Okay, so sorry, make it as a receiver. Okay, what happens? So how it is done? So now if whatever the data that comes, so it has to go pass through the switches. Now these switches are responsible for transferring the data from sender to the receiver. Okay, so how it is going to decide, is it will take this path or this path? So it is left to the switch. Okay, it is going to identify to reach that receiver. So it will take any one path. Okay, depending on the type. So there are some types it will take multiple paths to transfer the data, that we call it as packet switching. If it is taking only a particular dedicated link to transfer the data, so that is called as circuit switching. Okay, so we'll discuss that how data is transferred depending on the type in detail. Okay, so maybe as of now I think few students already who all attempted the test and who all attempted this question, so you'll be aware of it, what is in brief. Okay, so what is circuit and packet switching, and also message switching. In packet switching, once again there are two types, so we'll discuss all those methods. So today we'll focus on circuit switching. What is circuit switching and how it takes place? So these are the three methods of switching: circuit switching, packet switching, and message switching. So which one we have to use? First understand the method, then you will come to know that where it can be used, in what type of application it can be used. Based on the facility or the way of communication using this switching mechanism, so you can decide. The first two are commonly used. Okay, so the commonly used method are circuit switching, packet switching. The third has been phased out in general communication but still has networking applications. In some applications they will be using the message switching. So here packet switching is once again further divided into virtual circuit approach and datagram approach. Okay, so that I will explain later. So this is a classification of switching. What is switching and different types of switching method? You can just observe. So if it is a switched network, it can be a circuit switched network, or it can be a packet switched or message switching. And also in packet switching, so there are subcategories. One is datagram networks and another one is circuit network. Okay, so these are the different methods of the switching. So now which layer is responsible? Okay, which layer is responsible for this? Okay, so here most of the layer covers the switching part. Okay, so we'll just go in detail. So what is the functionality at each layer? So switching takes place at physical layer, data link layer, network layer, and also application layer. Okay, so what is functionality at physical layer? So example, if I go with the first method, circuit switching. Okay, so that circuit switching, it is taken place at the physical layer. Okay, so if I go with the other method, so that is implemented at the different layers. So now what happens at the physical layer? So at the physical layer, we can have only a circuit switching. Okay, very important. You may get quiz question. So circuit switching is implemented in which layer? So you should be able to answer for that. Okay, so circuit switching is implemented at the physical layer. So there are no packets exchanged at the physical layer. Okay, the switches at the physical layer allow signal to travel one path, okay, in one path or another. That means if it is a circuit switching, once the connection is established between two devices, okay, so it will use the same path to transmit the complete data. Okay, so this is called as dedicated path. Once transfer of data is done, okay, so then connection is disabled, okay, or tear down the connection. So all that process you're going to learn shortly. So next, switching at data link layer. So at the data link layer, we can have packet switching. Okay. So circuit switching at the physical layer. If it is a packet switching, it is done at the data link layer level. So however, the term packet in this case means a frame or a cell. Okay. So you already know how the data is represented at the data link layer. It is represented in the form of frames. Okay. Or it can be a cell. Packet switching at the data link layer is normally done using virtual circuit approach. Okay, so you will learn what is this virtual circuit approach. Next, if it is a switching at network layer, so it can be implemented using packet switching. In this case, virtual circuit approach or datagram approach can be used. Okay, whatever the different types of methods of switching we have discussed, okay, depending on the type, so each of the method is implemented in particular layer. Okay, so this is done at the physical layer, this is done at the data link layer. Once again, two types. So this is it may be implemented, this is implemented at the network layer. Okay, so depending on the type, so the implementation goes on. So however, the term packet in this, okay, I already told this part is over. So network layer, so here we are going to use the term packet switching. Okay, in this case network layer, the method used is the virtual circuit approach. Okay, just remember the terms. Okay, later I will be explaining in detail so how this virtual circuit works or datagram approach works. So currently the internet uses datagram approach. So what is the meaning of datagram here? Okay, first we'll understand that. Next, switching at the application layer, what exactly it is done? At the application layer, we can have only message switching. Okay, so message switching is done at the application layer. The communication at the application layer occurs by exchanging the messages. Okay, exchanging the messages. So conceptually, we can say the communication using email is a kind of message switched communication. Okay. So example for message switching, you can just take an example of email. So why email we are using message switching? So you will come to know at last. Okay, at the end of the topic, you will be able to understand why email is considered as message switching. Okay, so now let's move on to the first method, a circuit switch network. Okay, circuit switch network, it is implemented at the physical layer. So here it consists of set of switches connected by a physical link. Okay, circuit switch consists of set of switches connected by physical links. Okay, physical links means the transmission link or the wire, whatever it is going to be used for connection. So that is where you are going to use the switches. A connection between two stations is dedicated path made of one or more links. Okay, so between two devices, it will be having a dedicated path. So when we use the term dedicated path, you should understand the full capacity of the channel or the link it is used by that particular device. Okay, so that is why we are using the term dedicated path. I think I have already explained this in the first chapter. So just recall. However, each connection uses only one dedicated channel on each link. Okay, so now once again it depends. So if you are using the term channel means, so what type of multiplexing you are using. Okay, what type of multiplexing you are using. So there are three types. Okay, so another one is wavelength division multiplexing. So that is not specified here. So are you going to use FDM, okay, or TDM? So depending on that, it is going to allocate the dedicated channel. If it is frequency division multiplexing, so here there will be a particular channel. Okay, particular channel is dedicated to the two devices, sender and receiver. If it is TDM, then it is in terms of time slot. Okay, in terms of time slot, the data is going to transmit. Okay, so now when it comes to the circuit switching a network, circuit switch network, you need to understand these 4 points. Okay, so how exactly the connection is established, how exactly the connection is established between the devices through intermediate nodes. Okay, so that is using 3 phases. So I will explain what are those 3 phases through which the data communication takes place. Then efficiency, what is the efficiency of circuit switch network, what is the delay. Okay, and this circuit switch technology is mainly used in telephone networks. Okay, you just recall olden days. Okay, how the telephone it is used to work. Okay, so now also it is working, but here it is wireless. Most of the time, whatever the devices we are using, it is wireless network. If it is wired network, okay, in the olden days, just recall. So whenever if you want to call a person, what happens? So your devices will be connected with the switches, different switches, and this is the end device. Okay, so sender and a receiver. So if you want to connect, what is the procedure you will do? First you will dial the number. Okay, then the connection, it will start establishing the connection. Okay, it will start with the help of these switches, intermediate nodes. Okay, it will start connecting the devices. Okay, so this is the first phase where it is going to first connect the device. Okay, whatever the ringing sound you will get now once you call. Okay, so that is connecting. Once the receiver is available, okay, and if we receive the call, what happens? So this indicates that now the receiver is ready for communication. Okay, so the receiver is ready for communication. That acknowledgement is sent to the sender. Okay, so acknowledgement means once you will be able to hear the voice of the receiver. Okay, as soon as he receive the call, he will come to know. So the call is received by the receiver. Okay, once call is received, then the communication starts. Okay, from sender to the receiver. So continuous communication is going to be take place with this dedicated link. With this dedicated link. Okay, once communication is over, so now consider the receiver, the sender is not having any information to exchange, then they will decide to uh, end the communication. Okay, so that is also a tear down phase. So that comes under 3 phases. Okay, one is connection establishment. Okay, first it will connect to the receiver. Then once connection is established, then data transfer takes place. Once data transfer is done, so connection should be ended. Okay, you will hang the phone. Okay, so that indicates that the now communication is stopped. Okay, so now this circuit switching mechanism is mainly used in telephone networks. Okay, it is used in telephone networks. You can just remember the application so that you will understand the method easily. Okay, so your circuit switch network means it is made up of set of switches connected by a physical links in which each link is divided into channels. Okay, So this, by this time everyone should be knowing what is the meaning of channels. Okay, so if I have a high capacity bandwidth link, okay, so now this a link can be divided into a number of channels. Okay, at the same time multiple devices can send the data, okay, with a dedicated channel. It can start sending the data with a dedicated link. This is the link, and within that you are just dividing the link into a number of channels, and each channel is assigned to a device to transfer its data. So if any queries, you can just interrupt me so that I'll get a confirmation that you are able to listen to me. Okay, so now we'll just go some details with respect to circuit switching. Okay, so this is similar to telephone system. That is, circuit switching is similar to telephone system. A fixed, okay, so fixed path. So this is only in case of circuit switching. So switching that it is having the circuit. Okay, what it will be having the dedicated path from source to destination. Okay, so fixed path is established between source and destination prior to the transfer of packet. That means before transmission, the first phase is connection establishment. So what is the meaning of connection establishment here? What happens if connection establishment is done? So it is going to reserve the resources. Okay, it is going to reserve the resources for the sender and the receiver. Okay, so whatever the intermediate. So now what are the resources here? So it can be a channel. Okay, and what are the other resources it can come under this is it can be a buffer. Okay, there are so many other things that comes in between for transferring the data. So all those resources are reserved whenever there is a connection is established between the sender and a receiver. Okay, so here I was telling about the resources. So here resources indicates it can be a switch, the channel, okay, so input type, output ports, okay, it must be dedicated. It should be like once connection is established, it is those resources will be given to this sender and the receiver. Okay, so that is going to happen during the connection establishment. Okay, so once it is done, then circuit switch network consists of set of switches connected by physical link. Okay, so connection between two station is dedicated path made of one or more links. Okay, so thing is whenever connection is established, so there will be a dedicated path. So however, each connection uses only one dedicated channel for each link. Okay, so if I have considered this as a link, it is divided into n number of channels. Okay, and one particular channel is allocated to this device for communication. Okay, so normally each link is divided into n channels by using FDMA or TDMA. Okay, it will use any one of these multiplexing technique to make use of this link bandwidth efficiently. Okay, so the resources need to be reserved during setup phase. So you need to understand what is the meaning of resources here. Okay, switch buffer. See, when the data is traveling, okay, if it is connected to a switch, so it should have some buffer. Whatever the data that comes, it should be able to hold the data. For that, it requires buffer. Okay, so buffer is a resource. Then switching processing time. Okay, so whatever the data it is received, it has to process the data. So that time is reserved. Then input output ports are reserved. Okay, so like this, it has to make a reservation of the resource once there is a setup phase is done. Okay, setup phase is nothing but connection establishment. Okay, whenever connection establishment is done successfully, so the resources are reserved for those two devices for communication. So the resources remains dedicated for entire duration of the data transfer until tear down. Okay, that means whatever the resources it is reserved for these two devices, it will be there as long as these two devices want to make communication. Once if any one of these devices decide to not to continue the communication, okay, stop the communication, then whatever the resources it is assigned, it will be set. Okay, once the communication is tear down, then the resources allocated for these two devices will be freed up, and the same you can use for some other. Okay, so that is connection establishment means mainly it will connect device to device. The so each device will be keep on sending data. There is no time. Okay, so is it any time limit if you want to talk to your friends? Okay, there is no time limit, so you can keep on communicate. Once you decide not to communicate, then connection can be closed. Okay, tear down. So that is ending the connection or closing the connection. It is called as tear down phase. That means there is a setup phase, then data transfer phase, followed by tear down phase. Three phases. Circuit switch, it is having three phases. Just to go to the three phases. Okay, this is a diagram you can just observe. So just for understanding purpose, the diagram shows four switches. You can just observe. This is yellow color, the switch. When you are drawing the diagram, you should be drawing this at least the notation of the switch carefully. Okay, and you can see here what is this? The triangle shape green color indicates. Can somebody respond? What is this color? Green color. The triangle shape indicates. Yes, I'm waiting for your answers. Somebody unmute. If you are sending message, I have to go back. So unmute yourself and tell. Okay, what is this A and M? Can you see A? What is this? What is this device A? Are you able to hear me? Yes?
Is
No
the sender
response.
and
Why?
M is the
Okay. Okay, so thing is these are the end devices. So now I told already this part is a switch. What about others? Nobody is responding. So what are these yellow color I told? So there are four yellow color switches. Okay, so these are all switches. So what is this? Yes. What is this green color indicates? Any idea? I want somebody to respond because we have used this shape in the previous topic. At least observe the diagram and you will, I think you will be able to tell what is that.
Multiplexer, ma'am.
multiplexer,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, it is multiplexer. Okay, so here you can just observe. So this green color, it indicates it's a multiplexer. Okay, so whatever the input that is coming, so it is multiplexes using either FDMA or TDMA, the data is transmitted. So here you can just see one thick line. So that indicates it's a link, but that is divided into a number of channels. Okay. So it is a link. See, if you want to understand these topics better, you have to understand the previous chapter topics also. So that is one requirement. You need to understand that. Okay. So one link. You can just see this thick line indicates a link. So here to connect all these 4 switches, it is connected with 4 links, and each link is divided into n number of channels. Okay, n number of channels. If 3 devices are connected, so here the number of channels are 3. Okay, so that is how the data transmission takes place. So here device A want to make communication with device M. So in that case, how the multiplexing is done? Sorry, how the data transmission is done? Using circuit switching method. Okay, so here the data goes through the switch. Okay, not directly given here. You can just see, don't observe the pink color path. It is indicating the connection establishment. So you just observe device A is connected to this switch. Okay, and then it uses this switch, and whatever the data that comes from device A and also other devices, it multiplexes, and that is sent to the other switch. Okay, so before delivering to this switch, it has to demultiplex, okay, and deliver to this switch. The same process, it goes on till it reaches the destination M. Okay, so how it will come to know that the switch? So switch will be having some intelligence that it should know. Okay, so to transfer this data, okay, with the destination M, either it can take this path, okay, or this path. Okay, some optimal path is selected, and it will start making communication. So the first phase is, so it is going to check, is it possible to, by using this path, is it possible to reach the destination? If it is confirmed and this device is ready to receive, okay, so sometimes if your phone is, if you are talking with your some other person, and if somebody try to call, what happens? Is it connection is established in that case? Okay, I want to call someone, so that person is already in another call. Is it connection is established in that case? No, connection is not established. Only the connection is established when this destination is ready to receive it. Okay, so once the destination is ready, then he will be sending the acknowledgement. So that indicates there is a connection establishment is done. You can just see the pink color line indicates the data is traveling, or the connection is established between the source and destination. Okay, once it is done, what is the next stage? So A will start transferring the data, M will be receiving, or it may be the other case, the reverse case also. Okay, once the data transfer is done, so it will close the connection. Okay, so it will close the connection, and whatever the resources, the link or the channel is allocated for the device, it is not shown here. Okay, so this line indicates the data comes from here, one channel is allocated, and it demultiplexes, it goes to this switch. Okay, once again it will allocate a particular channel, then demultiplexes, and it will deliver the data to the destination. Okay, so this is all about how the circuit switching works. Is it? I have 5 more minutes. Okay, I think it's getting late. So just 1 minute. The 3 phases, whatever I told, it is called connection setup, data transfer, and tear down. Let's quickly, just 1 minute. Give me 1 minute time. I'll